Hello viewers, I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today I had the opportunity of participating in a debate on the allegations of Sri Chandrababu Naidu about EVM tampering and his allegations that about 4,000 EVMs were damaged. According to the EC, only 300, which is about less than 0.3% of the EVMs deployed had defects, and this is going to happen. Electronics, mechanical stuff involved. There's a printer. There's moving parts, so that is going to happen. There's no way you can stop that. However, what is interesting is the adjustment of the political parties to the new era of EVMs with VVPAT, voter verifiable printer audit trail. I believe that is what it is, but it gives you an idea that every vote cast is being verified by a printout. So the voter can actually see that, yes, I cast the vote for party A and I'm seeing the symbol as the slip falls through, and I can't touch the slip, but I can see that my vote has been correctly cast. And if there is a problem, they usually inform the officer there and it gets rectified. Now let's come to the numbers part. Now, when the Supreme Court heard the request of the opposition to have 50% of the EVMs verified, that is the electronic count versus the manual count, the EC said that it would take several days for them to do that. Therefore, the Supreme Court requested the Election Commission to do verification in 5 EVMs per assembly constituency. You can take an example. Maybe in one MP constituency there will be like 5 assembly constituencies. Therefore, you can take a rough number that you're going to have 25 EVMs that are going to be manually verified against the electronic count. And I don't know how the Supreme Court arrived at this number, that this number is enough. According to mathematicians that I talked to, you needed 10% of all the EVMs to be matched, that is verified with the electronic count versus the printout. But that did not happen, and we live in an imperfect world. However, there is still room for the EC to make amends. Supposing the top 2 slots, or if the margin of victory is less than 1% of the votes cast in that particular constituency. If the margin of victory is less than 1% of the votes cast in that Lok Sabha constituency, then the EC should do a manual count of the entire set of votes for that constituency. I at PGurus would like to thank the Election Commission for having heeded to some of our suggestions in the past, and I'm hoping that this too will be heeded, because if you do that, then I think this will be a very fair result. It is not easy to get the pulse of about 1 billion electors, and the EC is doing a commendable job. But I think by doing these little corrections here and there, I'm hoping that this will throw up a very fair result. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
What a shame for you!
Okay, Sri Iyer,
what a shame!
I'm left with very little time. I am left with very little time, Sri Iyer. I will give you the last word. We are seeing unprecedented attacks on the election commission, and while that is unfortunate, okay, one second, Mr. Iyer. The question is, while it is most unfortunate that an institution like the Election Commission is coming under unprecedented political attacks, the question is, sir, for the sake of the integrity and sanctity of our electoral process, do you think, number one, the Election Commission needs to address some of these concerns that are being raised more seriously? And two, does the Election Commission need to crack the whip on all violators of the Model Code of Conduct and all those indulging in electoral practices, regardless of which political party they belong to convince the people that their impartiality is intact? Sri Iyer.
Yes. The second question, the answer is absolutely yes. on the first question, I just want to bring all the viewers on the same page. When the Supreme Court heard the petition from the opposition parties to have verification of 50% of EVMs, they said that is not going to be possible. What they said was, instead of doing a verification of 1 per assembly segment, do verification of 5 per assembly segment. Okay, that works out to still less than 1% verification in terms of the total EVMs under use. My suggestion, and by the way, this is easy implementing some of the suggestions that came in Sunday Guardian, your sister newspaper, as well as in my blog.
VVPAT matching in 50% of the cases? Is that likely to go a long way in allaying these fears?
No, so my suggestion is, here is what I suggest. If the difference between number 1 and number 2 candidate is less than 1%, okay, then they can do a manual count of the entire constituency.
Okay. I think that's a very constructive suggestion.
Very small point.
Okay, I think that's a constructive suggestion. Yes, quickly, sir.
Other things is not going to make much of a difference.
Okay, otherwise